Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more stories like this. The echo of her laughter still lingers in my mind. It no longer held the soft, charming warmth that once captivated me. Instead, it had morphed into a sharp, cruel cackle, deliberately aimed to wound. This scene unfolded as I stepped into our home, clutching a simple cardboard box containing all my belongings from work. The company had downsized, and my position was among the first to be eliminated. I stood in the kitchen, tie loosened, carrying the faint scent of sour coffee and the weight of failure. She lounged casually against the countertop, a wine glass in her hand, and let out that cutting laugh. "I knew you'd stumble eventually," she said, her words stripped of any comfort or warmth. They seared me like a branding iron on skin. We had shared 8 years together, starting from our university days. She was engrossed in volumes on jurisprudence, while I immersed myself in designing mechanical concepts. Back then, she admired my creativity, my ability to transform ideas into inventions. We built a life together, or at least that's how I saw it. Gradually, however, her affection shifted. It became clear she valued not who I was, but what I could give her. As my income grew, so did her warmth. When my struggles mounted, she became colder. I chose to ignore the warning signs. People say love blinds you, but it's deeper than that. Love makes you willingly blind. Her betrayal didn't strike all at once. It crept in slowly like poison spreading through veins. It started with subtle digs, escalating to public jabs at dinner parties where she proclaimed herself the true achiever in our partnership. Over time, we drifted further apart. Her phone never stopped buzzing. Her smiles no longer reached her eyes when ours met. The ultimate blow came 3 months after I lost my job. I overheard her speaking on the phone with a friend, her voice unguarded. "He's useless now. I need an upgrade. Improvement." That was all I was to her. A disposable asset to be replaced. That night I said nothing. The next evening, still silent. Sorrow slowly turned into strategy. She assumed I was shattered. In reality, I was preparing a fresh start. Years earlier, I had registered the rights to an invention my employer had dismissed as trivial. I kept it hidden, a secret advantage. As she celebrated her legal career milestones, I refined the invention, polished every detail, and at the right moment transferred ownership. The deposit of $167 million into my account made my heart race, but I didn't tell her. I continued my life as if struggling, enduring her jabs, letting her believe she had won, all while my assets remained secure, shielded in a way even her legal knowledge couldn't breach. Every mockery fueled me. Each sneer sharpened the tool I had quietly prepared. Then came the day she presented the separation papers. "This benefits us both," she said, her composure carefully rehearsed. Our paths had diverged, and she thought she was discarding a failure, unaware she was stepping into her own downfall. I said nothing, accepted her terms, handed over the house, the car, the finances she knew of. Her attorney looked astonished. "It's rare to find a man who doesn't resist," he remarked. I signed without hesitation. She beamed, convinced of her triumph. Months passed. She reveled in her perceived victory. New apartment, new clothes, a new partner at her side. I stayed silent, letting her believe she had won. But whispers began circulating. News of the invention rights had reached her social circle. Curiosity turned into realization. One night, her call lit up my phone. I let it ring again and again. Finally, I answered. "Why didn't you tell me about the invention rights? You made a fortune," she demanded. I smiled calmly. "You already defined my value," I said. Silence. The real confrontation came when she dragged me to court, intent on claiming what was never hers. Dressed impeccably, her attorney at her side, they presented arguments of deceit, concealment, manipulation. Then it was my turn. I laid down every document, contracts, receipts, official registrations proving the invention belonged to me, long before our relationship began, secured beyond her reach. The expressions on her face and her attorney's fell. It was the first time I saw her speechless. The judge even offered her a hint of sympathy. The case was dismissed. She had sought an upgrade, only to find herself diminished, humiliated. Her carefully maintained composure crumbled before the court. After the session, she confronted me in the hallway. "You deceived me," she shouted. I turned calmly, deliberately. No, I replied. You underestimated me. Her eyes flashed, not with regret but anger. In that moment I realized it wasn't the loss of me that hurt her. It was the loss of the fortune. Do I feel remorse? Not at all. Some ask if revenge brings satisfaction. It does, but not as an eruption of fury. It's a quiet, steady restoration of balance. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't gloat. I simply watched as the woman who once mocked me over a glass of wine now struggled for words. I walked away, carrying my identity, my creation, and $167 million. Enough to ensure I'd never hear her laugh at me again. And that was enough.